Close your eyes. Take few deep inhalation and exhalation. Keep your abdomen soft. The spine straight. Elbow straight. Wrist on your knees. Take few deep inhalation and exhalation. Bring yourself towards the current moment. Bring yourself towards the current moment. Breathing in. Breathing out. If there are any thoughts in your mind, just be aware of it. Do not engage any of the thoughts. You are preparing yourself for the next 1.5 hours for the practice of yoga. You are preparing yourself for the next 1.5 hours for the practice of yoga. You are going to spend the next 1.5 hours for the practice of self-empowerment, to rejuvenate yourself, to re-energize yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. To rejuvenate, replenish, re-energize yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now open your eyes slowly. Relax your hands. Extend your legs forward. Uttanasana. Joint exercises. Toes pointed towards your body. Place your hands at the side of your hips. Straighten up your spine. Palms facing opposite direction. Now inhale, toes point forward. Project your toes forward. Exhale, bring it close towards your body. Inhale, toes point forward. Exhale, bring it close towards your body. Inhale, feet project forward. Exhale, bring it close towards your body. Inhale, feet project forward. Exhale, bring it close towards your body. Legs slightly apart. Toes pointed at each other. Inhale, rotate all the way towards the sides, and then exhale to the center. From the inside, inhale, rotate all the way towards the sides, and then exhale to the center. Now bring your feet together. Ankle rotation clockwise. Rotate your ankle. Really give a good stretch forward. Make a circle, and the other way around. Or the other way around. Steady. Now, hands on your knees. Toes point towards your body. Inhale, engage your kneecap until the hips are lifted. Exhale, release. Once again, inhale the kneecap. Engage your kneecap. Exhale, release. Bend your right leg. Interlock your fingers. Place it behind your right thigh. Now inhale, straighten out your right leg. Straight legs. Exhale, place it on the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, place it on the right side. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, place it on top of your left thigh. Right hand on your right knee. Inhale, press your knee down. Exhale, bring it close towards your chest. Inhale, press your knee down. Exhale, bring it close towards your chest. Now keep rotation clockwise. You can place your fingers like this also, and then make a circle. It will help you. And then the other way around, make a circle using your fingers. This leg do not move. The other extended leg. Now extend your legs forward. Now bend your left leg. Interlock your fingers. Place it behind your left thigh. Inhale, straighten up your legs. Straight legs. Exhale, opposite direction. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, left side. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, place it on top of your right thigh. Left hand on your left knee. Right hand on top of your left feet. Inhale, press your knee down. Exhale, bring it close towards your chest. Keep your right leg active. Inhale, press your knee down. Exhale, bring it close towards your chest. Now do hip rotation clockwise. Anti-clockwise, the other way around. Now stop. Extend your legs forward. Now bring the soles of your feet together. Titalyasana. Interlock your fingers, place it in front of your toes. Now up, down. It's called Titalyasana. Also a very useful practice for those who are suffering from or having issues with irregular menstrual cycles. Both this asana, this Titalyasana, and if you have regular cramps and so on, for the ladies, it will help you. And also this asana. Place your hands on top of your knees, elbows pointed upwards. Inhale, press your knee down, press, 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 exhale, release. Once again, elbows on top of your knee, palms on top of your knee, elbows pointed upwards. Inhale, press your knee down, press, press, exhale, release. Extend, release. Go right leg, go left leg, pull back. Now, hands. Bring your hands up. Wrist must be in line with your shoulder. The wrist must be in line with the shoulder. Inhale, exhale, bring your fingers close towards your wrist. Inhale, bring your palms up. Exhale, bring it close towards your wrist. Inhale, bring your palms up. Your thumb in, cover up your thumb using the rest of your fingers. Do a wrist rotation. Clockwise. Both has to move at the same time, on the same direction, on the same rotation. The other way around. Keep your elbows straight. Now stop. Hands on your shoulders. Elbow in line with your shoulder. Inhale, open up with resistance, like someone is trying to stop you from opening up. Spread out your fingers. Exhale, closing in with resistance. And then place your hands on top of your shoulder. Elbows together. Inhale up. Rotate all the way towards the sides. Interlock your fingers behind your back. Open up the chest. Look up. Stretch yourself. Project your chest forward. Exhale. Hands on your shoulders all the way down towards the center. From downwards. Inhale. Rotate all the way towards the side. Interlock your fingers. Place it behind your chest. Look up. Exhale all the way up towards the center. Now your neck. All the way up. All the way down. To the center. To the right. To the center. To the left. To the center. Tilt to the right. To the center. Tilt to the left. To the center. Now make a circle clockwise. Anti-clockwise, the other way around. Now interlock your fingers, eye exercise. All the way up, eyes only move following the thumb. All the way down to the center. When your right elbow, bring it over towards the right side. Neck don't move, only your eyes move. To the center. When your left elbow, move towards the left, together left side. Bring it back to the center. Now make a circle clockwise. Follow the thumb. Anti-clockwise, the other way around. Follow the thumb. To the center. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your thumb close towards the tip of your nostril. Both eyes focus at the tip of your nostril. Inhale. Bring it back to the center. Exhale. Place it at the space in between your elbows. Look up. Both eyes focus upwards. This is called as Shambhavi Mahamudra. Both eyes focus upwards. Gazing at the third eye. The eye of wisdom. Exhaling, release your hands. Now up, Hatha Yoga Namaskar. Take slightly apart, toes pointed forward. Take slightly apart, toes pointed forward. Relax your shoulders. Namaskaram puttunga. Do your namaskar. Close your eyes and do your prayers. Thank the universe, your parents, your fellow practitioners, your teachers, your siblings, your partners, the nature for giving you the opportunity to practice, for giving you good health, prosperity, and happiness. Pray for the well-being of all the people in this world. That Allah இந்த துறையெல்லாம் காப்பாற்றலாம். நான் செய்யக்கூடிய இந்த பயிற்சினால எனக்கு மட்டும் நன்மை தரக்கூடாது, சுற்றி இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாருக்கும் வந்துட்டு நன்மை தரலாம். By practicing yoga, not only I should benefit out of this, but also all those who are around me. Now with that, we start our practice today. Open your eyes, breathing in, sideways up. Look up, breathing out towards the center of your chest. Now breathing in, stretch forward all the way back. Breathing out all the way down. Head down completely. Now bring your right leg all the way back. Right knee down, right feet down. Left knee projecting, inhale, open up your chest. Hands down. Now bring your left leg all the way back. On your toes, bring your knees up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain pose. Keep your ears in line with your hands. Now hold your breath, bring your knee down, your chest down, in between your palms and your chin down. Inhale, flatten your body, come up until your navel point, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Sushumnasana, sit on your heels, extend your elbows forward. Inhale, up Madhyasana, head goes look up. On your toes, knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Now bring your right leg forward in between your hands. Your left knee down, left knee down. Right knee projecting forward. Inhale, open up your chest. Now hands down. Bring your left leg forward. Keep your legs slightly apart. Namaskar. Inhale, up all the way back. Exhale, all the way down. Now bring your left leg all the way back. Left leg. Left knee down, left knee down. Right knee projecting. Inhale, open up your chest. Hands down, right leg all the way back. On your toes, knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Hold your breath, knee down, chest down, chin down, Ashtanga. Inhale up until your navel point, Bhujangasana. Exhale, sit on your hips, Shashangasana. Inhale, up, come up. On your toes, knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Now bring your left leg forward in between your hands. Your right knee down, right feet up. Left knee projecting. Inhale, open up your chest. Hands down, right leg forward. Kal gap vachunga. Namaskar puttunga. Inhale, up all the way back. Exhale, all the way down. Now right leg all the way back. Right knee down, right feet down. Left knee projecting. Inhale, open up your chest. Now hands down, left leg all the way back. On your toes, knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Now hold your breath, knee down, chest down, and your chin down, Astangasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Shashangasana. Sit on your heels. Inhale, up Madhyasana. Head goes look up, come up. On your toes, knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Now bring your right leg forward in between your hands. Your left knee down, left knee down. Right knee projecting. Inhale, open up your chest. Hands down, left leg forward. Namaskaram puttunga. Inhale, up all the way back. Exhale all the way down. Now left leg all the way back. Left knee down, left feet down. Right knee projecting. Inhale, open up your chest. Hands down, right leg all the way back. On your toes, knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Now hold your breath, knee down, chest down, and your chin down, Astangasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Shashangasana. Sit on your heels. Inhale, up Madhyasana. Head pose, come up on your toes. Knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Bring your left leg forward in between your hands. Right knee down, right feet down. Inhale, open up your chest. Hands down, right leg forward. Namaskaram போட்டுங்க. Inhale up all the way back. Exhale all the way down. Last round. Right leg all the way back. Right knee down. Left feet down. Left leg projecting. Inhale. Open up your chest. Hands down. Left leg all the way back. On your toes. Bring your knees up. Exhaling. Press your heel towards the ground. Now bring your knee down, your chest in between your palms and your chin down. Inhale, come up until your navel point, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Shashankrasana, sit on your heels. Inhale, up, Ardhayasana, cat pose, on your toes, knee up. Exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Now bring your right leg forward in between your hands, left knee down, left feet down. Right knee projecting, inhale, open up your chest, hands down, bring your left leg forward. The slight gap in between your legs. Namaskar. Inhale up all the way back. Exhale all the way down. Left leg all the way back. Left knee down. Left knee down. Right knee project. Inhale. Open up your chest. Hands down. Right leg all the way back. On your toes. Knee up. Exhaling. Parvatasana. Mountain posture. Hold your breath. Knee down. Chest down. And your chin down. Ashtanga. Inhale. Come up until the navel point. Bhujangasana. Exhale. Shashankrasana. Sit on your heels. Inhale, up Ardhayasana, cat pose, come up. On your toes, knee up, exhaling, Parvatasana, mountain posture. Now bring your left leg forward, in between your hands, your right knee down, right feet down. Inhale, open up your chest, project your knee forward. Hands down, now bring your right leg forward. Inhale, up all the way back. Exhale to the center of your chest. Inhale, sideways up. Exhale towards the center of your chest. Release, relax. Doing what else we want to prepare for Ashtanga Surya Namaskar 8. Do not use your mobile phone. Put away your mobile phone. It's a distraction to your practice. Alright, Ashtanga Surya Namaskar A. Samastiti here. Come to the front of your mat. Keep your feet together. Engage your shin calf. Pull in your abdomen slightly. In your abdomen slightly. Project your chest forward. Roll back your shoulders. Just hands at the sides of your hips. Look forward. Inhale. Ashtanga Surya Namaskar A. Breathing in, sideways up. Look up. Breathing out all the way down. Place your hands at the side of your feet or fold your ankle if it feels uncomfortable. Inhaling, raise your head up. Lengthen your spine forward. Bend your knees until your hands are completely touching the ground. Either jump out or bring your right leg and left leg all the way back. Now lower your body, hovering above the ground. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, come up, straight elbows. Project your chest forward. Look up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, downward facing up. Now press your heel towards the ground. Project your chest towards the space in between your legs. You must go deeper than Parvatasana. If this time, the ears won't be in line with your hands. You'll go deeper beyond your arms. Now breathe deeply, keep your knees straight. 1, inhale and exhale. 2, breathing is important. That plays a vital role. In asana, 2 factors are important. One is asana, the posture. Second is breathing. 3, 4, 5. Look up slightly, bend your knees, jump in, or bring your right leg and left leg forward in between your hands. Keep your feet together. Lengthen your spine forward. Exhaling, drop your neck down towards your legs. Inhaling, come up all the way. With your hands above your head, look up. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Now second one. Samasthiti. Breathing in, sideways all the way up. Breathing out all the way down. Head down completely. Breathing in, raise your head up. Look up. Bend your knees until your hands are completely touching the ground. Jump out and bring your right leg and left leg on the bed. Lower your body. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling upward facing straight and come up. Project the chest forward. Look up. Exhaling downward facing. Once again. Press your heel towards the ground. Keep your knees straight, elbows straight. Push your chest towards the space in between your legs. Spread out your fingers so that you get a better base. Breathe deeply. Pull in your abdomen if necessary. If you pull in your abdomen, you will be able to breathe towards your lungs even more. Concentrating on the lungs even more. Breathe deeply. Breathing is important. This is a breathing exercise. 1. Keep your knee straight. 2. As straight as possible. If you bend your knee, you break the pose. Then there is very little benefit. 3. 4. 5. Look up slightly. Bend your knees. Jump in. Or bring your right leg and left leg forward. Keep your feet together. Head up. Inhale. Go down. Exhale. Now come up. Inhale. Raise your hands above your head. Exhale. Samasthiti. Now third one. Inhaling. Raise your hands all the way up. Exhaling all the way down. Inhaling. Raise your head up. Now exhaling. Jump out or bring your right leg and left leg all the way back. Lower your body forward above the ground. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha. Inhale. Come up straight. Hands. Look up. Exhaling downward facing dog. Press your heel towards the ground once again. Spread out your toes. Spread out your fingers so that you get a better base. Firmly plant your palm on the ground. Breathe. 1. 2. Keep your shoulders strong. Go in a bit more, Gauri. Go in a bit more. Push your chest a bit more. Yes, yes, good. Well done. Do. Chandrika, go a bit more. Push your chest inside. 3. Breathe. 4. 5. Look up slightly. Bend your knees. Jump in or bring your right leg and left leg forward. Head up. Inhale. Go down. Exhale. Come up. Inhale. Samasthiti. Exhale. Now fourth one. Inhaling. Raise your hands all the way up. Exhaling all the way down. Head down completely. Inhaling. Head up only. Raise your head up. Exhaling. Bend your knees. Spread out your fingers. Jump out or bring your right leg and left leg. Lower your body, hovering above the ground. Inhaling upward facing. Rotate your chest forward. Exhaling downward facing. Keep your hands strong. Your legs strong. Engage your kneecap. If you engage your kneecap, you'll be able to keep your knee straight. Now breathe deeply. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Look up slightly. Bend your knees. Jump in or bring your right leg and left leg forward. Keep your feet together. Lengthen your spine forward. Exhaling, fall down towards the leg. Inhaling, raise your hands all the way above your head. Look up. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Last one, Samasthiti. Ashtanga Surya Namaskar. Breathing in, hands all the way up. Look up. Exhaling all the way down. Place your hands to the side of your feet. Head down completely. Inhaling, raise your head up. Lengthen your spine forward. Bend your knees until your hands are completely touching the ground. Spread out your fingers. Jump out of your right leg and left leg. Lower your body for the long Uttamukha. Inhale. Come up. All the way. Project your chest forward. Exhaling. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Rest your heels once again. You know what to do over here. Align yourself correctly. Breathe deeply onto your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look up slightly. Bend your knees. Jump in or bring your right leg and left leg forward. Head up. Inhale. Go down. Exhale. Come up. Inhale. Hands above your head. Look up. Samasthiti. Exhale. Release. Relax. Bring whatever you want to. Prepare for Ashtanga Surya Namaskar. Wipe your face. Do not touch your phone as usual. Keep your focus onto the practice only. Do not get distracted. Take deep inhalation, exhalation. Feel your breath is not regulated, is haywire. Then take few deep inhalation, exhalation to regulate back your breathing. Now Ashtanga Surya Namaskar B. Go back to your mat. Samasthiti here. Keep your feet together. Get your shin cup, lean your abdomen, leg chest forward, look forward, hands at the side of your hips. Breathing in, go down, touch, come up, Utkatasana. Breathing out, all the way down, fold over. Breathing in, raise your head up. Bend your knees until your hands are completely touching the ground. Spread out your fingers. Jump out or bring your right leg and left leg on the bend. Lower your body. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing. Take hands. Come. Exhaling, downward facing. Now bring your right leg forward in between your hands. Your left feet flat, 45 degrees. Inhale. Come on. Virabhadrasana. Look up. Straight hands pointing towards the sky. Exhaling, lower your hands. Place it at the right side of your right feet. Right hand, right leg all the way back, lower your body, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhaling, downward facing. Now bring your left leg forward in between your legs. In between your hands, sorry. Right feet flat, 45 degrees. Inhale, Virabhadrasana. Point your hands towards the sky. Hands down. Left leg all the way back, lower your body, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing, look up. Exhaling, downward facing. Now breathe deeply. You breathe downward facing down. Slightly pull in your abdomen, like you're trying to engage the abdominal muscle. And then breathe, concentrating on the chest area. This is going to be crucial. 1. Always be aware of the alignment of the body. The knees, the elbows, the fingers, the toes. What about the chest? Every single part of the body, you must be conscious whether you are doing it correctly or not. Every action that we perform, we have to be more conscious. When you can be more conscious over the actions that you do on your mat, off the mat, whatever that you do in your life, you will be more conscious. So that is what asana will teach you. That is what posture will teach you. 3, 4, 5. Look up slightly. Bend your knees. Jump in or bring your right leg and left leg forward. Head up. Inhale. Go down. Exhale. Head down completely. Utkatasana, chair posture. Inhale. Samasthiti. Exhale. Now second one. Roll back your shoulders. Project your chest forward. Pull in your abdomen slightly. Breathing in. Go down. Come up. Utkatasana. Inhale. Go down. Exhale. Head up. Inhale. Bend your knees until your hands are touching the ground. Jump out or bring your right leg and left leg out to the back. Lower your body. Chaturanga. Uddhva Mukha. Inhale. Come up straight. Hands look up. Adho Mukha. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Steady. Now bring your right leg forward in between your hands. Your left feet flat 45 degrees. Inhale. Virabhadrasana. Look up. Hands down. Right leg all the way back. Lower your body. Chaturanga. Inhaling, straight hands, come up, strong hands. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Once again, bring your left leg forward, right feet flat, 45 degrees. Inhale, up, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling, bring your hands down, left leg all the way back, lower your body, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Now breathe. One, deep inhalation and exhalation. Do not give up too fast. Breathe, breathe. If you want to get stronger, you have to stay longer. 3, continuously engage your kneecap so that the knee remains straight. Keep your elbow straight. 4, deep inhalation. If your breathing is shallow, you will not last long. You must do deep inhalation, exhalation. 5, look up slightly. Bend your knees, jump in or bring your right leg and left leg forward. Head up. Inhale. Go down. Exhale. Utkatasana. Inhale. Samasthiti. Exhale. Now, last one, third one. Samasthiti. Keep your feet together. Engage your shin calf. Pull in the abdomen slightly. Breathing in. Go down. Come up. Utkatasana. Inhale. Keep your hands together. Namaskar. Look up. Exhaling all the way down. Inhaling, head up. Bend your knees until your hands are touching the ground. Jump out or bring your right leg and left leg all the way back. Lower your body. Chaturanga. Uddhva Mukha. Inhale. Adho Mukha. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Now bring your right leg forward in between your hands. Left feet flat, 45 degrees. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana. Bring your knee 90 degrees. Keep your hands together. Hands down. Right leg all the way back. Lower your body. Chaturanga, cover above the ground. Inhaling, strong hands. Come up, Uddhva Mukha Svanasana. Project your chest forward. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Now bring your left leg forward in between your hands. Your right feet flat, 45 degrees. Inhale, Virabhadrasana. Bring your hands together. Project it up towards the sky. Now exhaling, hands all the way down. Left leg all the way back. Lower your body, Chaturanga Dandasana. Uddhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Inhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Exhale. Now breathe deeply. Keep your elbows straight, knees straight. Engage your kneecap. Pull in your abdomen slightly so that the breath is concentrated on the chest area. Breathe deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look up slightly. Bend your knees. Jump in or bring your right leg and left leg forward. Head up. Inhale. Go down. Exhale. Utkatasana, chair posture. Inhale. Strong hands. Samastitihi. Exhale. Done. Wipe your face. 3 rounds enough today. Give you all discount. A deep inhalation, cross your hands. Inhale. Raise your hands above your head. Exhale. Once again, inhale. Deep inhalation. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Deep inhalation. Exhale. Since we are all sitting at, most of us are having less activities nowadays, and our diet seems to have increased. And increase there are certain number of students, a lot of people might be having indigestive issues related to indigestion. Generally also, if you have any issues with indigestion, this very simple 3 poses I will teach you. These 3 poses are the poses that will help with digestion, for faster digestion or indigestion. These are the 3 poses. Very, very simple posture that can be practiced by anyone. The first one is the classical Vajrasana. Now, how to do Vajrasana? If you feel uncomfortable at any point of time, do not proceed. Otherwise, you can just proceed, just like how mine using over here. Bend these knees and then bring it over towards the other side, sideways like this, and then you will sit on top of your heels, and then in between the heels like that. Just sitting in between the heels like that, with the knees together, and then your hands placed straight like this in this position. So what it does is actually there is something that we call as apana prana. Apana prana means is the energy flow that flows downwards. So downwards below the navel point. So when we are sitting in this position, what happens is this apana prana, this life energy that flows downwards is reversed upwards. That will help with the digestion system. That is why we do Vajrasana. So how long to do this? At least for 2 to 5 minutes. This is the only asana in the world that you can do after your meal. Means after your meal, this is the only asana that you can do. But don't eat like this. You cannot eat like this. You cannot eat like this. This cannot. Cannot eat like that. Eating position is this. Here, the apana. So when you're eating, why you have to sit down and eat? I have to sit down and eat, because when you sit down and eat, you go down and then you eat, isn't it? You go down and then you eat. So when you compress your stomach, it increases the digestive juices. So particular, and then you eat, then you come up. So it compresses the abdomen. That is why you sit and eat. It's good for your health. Now, this is the first posture, Vajrasana, 2 to 5 minutes. After 2 to 5 minutes, the next thing that you can do, this increases the digestive juices. What you can do, you sit down with me, come, do together. Together, all this while watching, isn't it? Oh. All right. Sit like that. You feel very uncomfortable on your ankle, just double up your mat so that you feel a bit more comfortable. Okay. So sit in this position. Now bring your thumb close to one another This thumb, bring it inside and then close your hands like this, like you're making a fist, but with the thumb inside. Not sure if you can see me. Okay. This thumb inside, like that. Okay. And then thumb facing each other, like that. See? Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay? Can you hear me clearly? Can? Okay. Come closer to one another. Now, place it just on the navel point like that. On the navel point like that. Just on top of the navel point like that. Now, inhale and exhale. Lower your body until the forehead touches the ground. You feel slight pressure on your abdominal muscle. That is actually good. It helps to, it also helps with bloat of stomach. You have to stay here. Once you stay here, you will inhale on your exhale on your abdomen. So inhale and exhale on your abdomen, like you're doing abdominal inhalation, exhalation. Like that. Slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. Continuously do it for 5 to 10 rounds. Don't look up. Donation, go down, go down. Inhale, come up all the way. Done. Like this, you can do 2 to 3 rounds. 2 to 3 rounds like this. So every round, you must do 5 to 10 breathing, and then you go again 2 to 3 rounds like that. It's very good also to increase the digestive fire. Agni. Agni Sara. We call it Agni Sara. Churning the digestive fire. This is Agni Sara. Okay. Now, 3 poses. One is Vajrasana. Second is going down on Vajrasana with the thumbs in. The third one is Salavasana. Salavasana is locust posture. Also a very popular posture. You lie down completely on the ground. Like that. Okay. And then your chin down towards the ground. Place your hands at the side of your hips. Like that. Now, there is many variation of this posture, but what you must remember is when you are trying to balance, you must balance on your abdomen. You must balance on your abdomen. So when you inhale, you will bring the leg first high as possible, and then bring your head up. Like you're trying to maximize the pressure on your abdomen. Exhale, down. Now, we will do the actual first. You will inhale, come up, bring your hands up, and then bring it as high as possible. Forward, exhale, rest it down towards the ground. You can see me if you don't understand. Inhale, come up, all the way up, and then bring your hands as high as possible. Forward, exhale, bring it down, all the way down to the ground. Keep high, lie down completely. Hands, place it behind. Inhale, raise your hands all the way up, forward, hold the position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaling, place your hands at the side of your hip. Second one. Inhale, raise your legs and head only first, and then bring your hands forward, do a namaskar, and then lift up as high as possible. Stay 1, higher, until you are balancing on your abdomen. 2, 3, also strengthens your back. 4, 5, higher. 6, 7, 8. Exhaling, place your hands. Last one. Those who want to reduce the fat around the waistline, also this posture. Very good. Now I'm sure all of you will be doing it with much more. Semangat, huh? Definitely. Inhale, raise your body and leg, and then bring your hands all the way forward. Higher, higher. 1, 2. Sangeeta, keep your hands together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaling, come down. All right. Okay, go to child pose. Child pose, like that. This is child pose. And sorry, child pose. Place your hands at the side. This is called as Balasana. Bala means child. All right, come on. Well done so far. Now, this pose name is a very classical pose. The name of the pose is called as Akarna Dhanura Asana. Karna means ear. Dhanur means bow. Akarna Dhanura Asana means Akarna Dhanura Asana in the context it means a bow which is pulled up like that. This is Akarna Dhanura Asana. So how to do this posture? The benefit of this posture, it helps to open up the hips as well as once again, it has effects on the digestive system because of the way the abdomen gets compressed when you are pulling, because the side of the abdomen gets elongated when you try to pull your legs like that. So how to do this posture? Now lean forward, bend your knees, left hand, place it, get hold of your left toe. Right hand, obviously, if you can watch me if you want, I'll show one round first. You can watch me. Okay. Now extend this left leg as much as possible. Lift this leg. You can bend, lift this leg, then keep your spine as straight as possible. Now this knee, bring it over towards the right side like that, like you're trying to bend and then bring it over. Now lift up the leg and then bring it close towards the legs. We also used to call this telephone asana. Telephone. For the yogis, this is their telephone. This is not their telephone. This is their telephone. Can you hear me? Let's do this. Akarna Dhanura Asana, one of the most classical posture, written 500 years back. This posture was already there. Akarna Dhanura Asana. In the four yogic texts, such powerful posture. Extend your legs forward, bend your knees slightly, left hand holding left big toe, right hand holding right big toe. Straighten up the left knee as much as you can. Inhale, lift up the right leg, bend your right knee towards the right side, lift up the right feet, and then bring it as close as possible towards your right ear. Look forward. Now breathe. 1, hold the posture. 2, if you feel uncomfortable to hold the extended leg toe, just hold on the knee or ankle. Also can. 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, release the posture. Now see here. If you feel uncomfortable to hold the big toe over here, big toe. If you feel uncomfortable, hold below the ankle like that, or hold below the knee. So like that. Also can. If you feel uncomfortable. Alright. Now bend the knee, right hand, place it on your right big toe, left hand, place it on the left big toe. Extend the right leg forward. Inhale, lift up your leg. Exhale, bring it close towards your left ear. Close towards your left ear. Breathe. 1, towards your left ear. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the posture. Good. Done. One more hip opener. Now this posture can be a bit tricky. For the yogis, they don't have any tools. They live in the jungle, they don't have any tools. So whatever body parts that they have, they use it as a tool. So one of the tools that they use for relaxation, it is called a danda. Danda means it's like a T-shaped stick which they use for meditation or for relaxation. They just place it under the armpit and just relax like that. Like that, there is a pose called as Yoga Dandasana. Danda means stick. So how to perform this posture? I'll show you very detailed first, and then I'll show you some variation on how to do this posture also. Now you will bring the right leg on top of your left thigh, like that. And then you bring your left knee close towards your chest in this position. Okay? See here. I'll come a bit more closer. Okay, like that, in this position. Now from here, bring this left knee as close as possible towards the chest. If you bend this knee, this leg will come closer. And then you go over towards, bring the right arm, move over towards the feet on the opposite direction, like that. Like that. Okay, press in this position. All these are variations, until where you are able to perform the pose, you do it until there. Okay, so you place it on top like that, and then you lean over towards the other side. Now use your left hand to place on top of your right foot. Hold this position and then release the leg. Then sit down like that. Okay, lean forward, bring the leg even close towards your armpit. Place a hand on your chin and then bring over your left hand. This is called as Yoga Dandasana. Now I have my own leg to relax. Now during MCO period, if you feel like relaxing, this is the pose that you should use to relax yourself. 10. Okay, I'll show you variations once again. We'll do as much as you can. Remember, all asanas are approachable. Whether you want to do it or not, that's important. This as close as possible you do. But if you don't do anything, you'll never go anywhere. If you at least do something, at least you are walking already. At least you're crawling somewhere. At least you're going somewhere. But never not attempt anything in your life. Always do something. Try to do something. There is nothing that you cannot achieve. Everything is achievable as long as you have the mindset to do it. Now, once again, bring it over. Right leg on top of your left thigh. Bring, bend the left knee down. If you feel this is the maximum and you feel comfortable to do, then you just stay here. And then from here, you can lean forward like you are touching the ankle like that. You stay in this position. Those who feel a bit more comfortable, you bend this knee even further, then bring it close. Now bring the right elbow towards the left side, your left knee. So those who feel comfortable until here, stay here, and then just breathe. Place your hands like this in this opposite direction, and stay here. Stay here. Now from here, bring the left, lean over towards the right side, bring the left hand, hold the right feet like that. Hold the right feet. Hold it very strongly. Lift up the leg from the left feet. Now place the right knee towards the ground. Lean the right hand until the feet touches the armpit. Now place your hand on top of your chin. Release the left hand if you feel comfortable. Then place it on your hands. From wherever position that you are doing, You are just nice there. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go as close as possible towards whichever position that you're actually doing. 3, push yourself a bit more further. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release position. Do the other leg. Once again, sometimes the other leg might be more flexible for the left-handed people or for the right-handed people. The other leg might be more flexible than the other side. So try the other side also. Always try the other side. Place it on top of your right knee. Bend your right knee. Bend your right knee. Left elbow. Left elbow. Bring it over towards the left side. Left foot over here. Use your right hand to hold your left feet. And lean your left knee towards the other side. Lean your left knee towards the other side. Release the leg. Release the leg. Place the hand on top of your chin. And then your right hand on top of your. Well done, well done. Some of you are doing very well. For those who have given variation, do as much variation as possible. 1. Raveen, move forward a bit more. Kaal konja kila irukanga. Try. Yes, good. Build hip flexibility. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, Aranya. Good. 7. 8. Release the posture. The normal variation that we used to do at home is this. This is the normal variation. But this variation, no, this is not a yogic posture. This is not a yogic posture. Yogic posture is this. Okay. Now let us go into the next asana. This is a balancing asana, Namaskar asana. This is one of the first few asanas that I learned when I came into yoga. When I came into yoga many years back, around 12 years ago, this is the one of the first asana that I learned. This is called as Namaskar asana, also known as the tip-top pose. A very interesting balancing asana. To do this, I will just show first, and then we will do it together. It helps to build a lot of strength on your toes, on your ankle, as well as helps your balancing. Now you'll come up to a squatting position. From here, you will bend your left knee. You'll place it on top of your. You'll bend your left knee, bring it down. Then from here, you'll bring the right leg and then place it on top of your left side, like that, in this position. This position. You see here? From here, you place it on top of your left side. If you feel like you feel uncomfortable to bring it all the way up, just place it in front. Also can. From here, just look at me first, then you can do together if you want. From here, you will inhale, lift up the knee, and then balance yourself on your toes like that. From here, you must balance yourself. In order to balance yourself, ensure that your spine is kept straight, and then your shoulders does not collapse, slump forward. Must always be rolled back. From here, inhale, bring your hands together. First, bring one hand like that, one hand like that, like one in borders of mercy, like that, and then you bring the other hand together. The challenge is to balance yourself in this posture. So what's important is not to hunch forward or hunch backward like that. You must keep the spine as straight as possible, in line with your heel, so that you'll be able to balance yourself. Let's do together. Forward. Left knee, bring it down. Bring the right leg forward. Raise it on top of your left thigh. Then bring it as close as possible, as high as possible, just as much as possible. Bring. From this position, inhale, lift up the knee. Inhale, lift up the knee. Now straighten your spine, straighten your spine. Keep your chest projected forward, straighten your spine. Now bring one hand towards the center of your chest. Once you feel completely balanced, then you bring the other hand up towards the center. Find your inner balance. How balanced you are within will reflect outside now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the posture, come down, and then do the other side. Do the other side. Okay. The other side. Bend the knee, bring your right knee down, left leg on top. Left leg on top. Inhale, lift up the right knee, balance yourself in whichever position that you feel most comfortable, just stay here. If you feel comfortable here, then just stay here. And then just breathe from this position. Otherwise, come up, this position, balancing once again, straighten your spine, bring one of your hands up, and then bring your other hand up. Stay in that posture. 1, 2. Oh, Sangeeta, balance. 3. 4. 5. Release the posture. And done. Okay. Now comes the pose of the day. Last two poses. Last two poses. We do this. We still have some time, so let's do this posture. This posture is called as Kraunchasana. Kraunchasana is named after a bird. The bird name is heron. Heron bird. It's like a cuckoo. You know what's a cuckoo? You know what's a cuckoo? Cuckoo, say a cuckoo. You know what's a cuckoo, isn't it? Cuckoo is like that, like a heron. This is a bird, a huge bird, and what it will do, if you have seen in a documentaries, it will go and then put its head down on the water like that, and then when any fish comes, it just spears the fish and then eats the fish whole. Have you seen such a bird? Maybe in the documentary, never seen before. That's it. Never seen before. Okay, you should watch more documentaries. Okay. So there is a bird like that. This is a relative of Bakasana. You know Bakasana, isn't it? You always practice Bakasana. Avangaloda cousin. This is heron. This is called as heron. It is called as Kraunchasana. Now Kraunchasana's characteristics. What is this bird's characteristics is, it teaches a lot about our life also. That is why the yogis named the pose after this Kraunchasana. Now this Kraunchasana, it navigates through a very heavy, difficult path in order for it to find food. For example, in the Paya, Bakau, all these places that are which is difficult to navigate, it will go there and then find food for itself and for its kids. But in order for it to find food, it has to navigate through rough terrains. Similar in our life, when we want to achieve certain goals, we may not have very easy path. We may have to endure difficult terrain in order for us to find success. And another thing it teaches you, it is very patient animal. The bird, the heron bird or the Krauncha represents peace and tranquility. It is always at peace. It does not go hunting too much. It is always relaxed. If you see a tiger or a cheetah, it is always very furious. It waits in the tree, he waits here, and then it has to run all the way to find prey or something like that. But this bird is very clever. It just sits there like in a meditative posture And then when the fish comes close towards its beak, and it has a beak like that, very large beak like that, and the fish comes close towards it, it will plant its head down inside the water like that. In a shallow water, in a shallow water, it will plant its head down in the water. When the fish comes close towards its beak, it will just spear the fish and then eat it. What it teaches us also, what we need to do, we must be patient in order to get the fruits of our action. Certain things that we do in our life, immediately you cannot get the fruits of your action. You must wait. You must wait with patience. So if you wait with patience, opportunities will come your way. That is what Krauncha Asana will teach you about life. Now, in order for us to do Krauncha Asana, I will teach variations also. I will show the final posture first so that you understand how it works. So, this is the final posture. This is the final posture. If you see here, this entire part over here, this entire part over here, this represents the beak, So the toes pointed upwards is the sharp point of its beak, like that. Sharp point of its beak. Now, so this basically, this part is the beak and this part represents the head. This part represents the head and this blade represents the neck. It has a very long neck. So this actually from the neck onwards, not the full body picture. This is only from the neck onwards. So this is the neck. So the neck is always like that for the Krauncha. And then from there, this is the beak. Now I'll teach you the variation of this posture. For those who feel comfortable, you can bend your knees, place it at the side of your left hip. If you feel uncomfortable, you have two ways of executing this. One is extending the leg forward, another one is bending this left knee and then placing it like that. And from this position, you will bend this right leg, interlock your fingers, place it in front of your right knee like that. Interlock your fingers, place it in front. Interlock your fingers, place it in front like that. Right. What is the variation? If you feel uncomfortable to interlock like that, then you place your hands at the side of your feet or place your hands at the side of your ankle like that. But the toes must point upwards like that in this position. Like that. And from here, you will inhale and then exhale, bring it as close as possible, the chin touching the knee. Chin touching the knee like that. Okay. Okay, go. Now bend your left leg. Place it at the side of your left hip. If you feel uncomfortable, just bend your knee. Or if you still feel uncomfortable, extend your legs. Whichever position that makes you most comfortable in executing the posture. Now bend your right knee. Interlock your fingers, place it in front of your right feet. Or place it interlock, place it at the side. Or place it on the ankle. Straighten up the legs, toes point upwards. Inhale, straighten up the chest like that. Straighten up the spine. Exhale, bring it close towards your knee, as close as possible. Breathe. 1, 2, toes point upwards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, release the posture. Extend your legs forward. Now bend your right leg. Place it at the right side of your right hip or you bend your right knee like that. Okay, whichever feels most comfortable with you when you are executing the posture. Bend the left knee, interlock your fingers, place it in front or place using your hands like that. Now lift up the leg, inhale, straighten up as much as you can, point your toes upwards. And then exhale, bring your chin close towards your left knee, like that. Now breathe, deep inhalation, exhalation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the position. Done. Okay. Last pose. This is your challenge pose of the day. Okay. Nirmala. Okay, can. Who else is here? Kajol. Drinking water. Good. Okay, can. Well done, well done. Nancy. Okay, let us do this. See here. This is called as tiptoe Kranchasana. Now you go back into your seated position like this, and then you'll bring your right leg forward. Right hand will hold your right big toe. Last week I gave you all a challenge pose, which many of you did and attempted, and tagged me also. Thank you so much. Now this is the challenge pose for yourself this week. It involves a number of things: flexibility, strength, and balancing. Okay. Left hand you place it to the left side of the left feet. Now right hand you will hold your right big toe like that. You hold your right big toe. Straighten out your spine. Inhale. Lift up your leg as much as you can. Then hold this position for at least 5 seconds. Inhale, lift up, very much approachable. And then point your toes forward. Stay in this position for 5 counts. It may look easy, but it is not actually. Come. Let me do, all of you. On your toes, place hands aside up, extend your legs forward, right hand holding your right foot. Now, inhale, straighten up your legs. Hold the position. 1. If you feel very uncomfortable, bring the left knee down. Also can. Bring the left knee down. And then with these variations, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaling, come down. Now switch legs. This position. If you feel uncomfortable, go like this, or else lift it. Bring your left leg. Inhale, bring your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaling. Come down. Ratna's left leg cramp already. Okay, never mind. Take rest. Come down. Done. Okay, take deep inhalation. Inhale. Raise your hands all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Now lie down. Let me do Shavasana. Then I'll tell you a small story. Lie down completely. Shavasana. Legs apart, hands apart. Let go of yourself. Following things important to do Shavasana. One of the most important aspects in yoga practice is doing Shavasana. You must allow your body to relax and follow the relaxation technique so that the body can rejuvenate itself and then reap the fruits of your practice. Only then the flow of prana is regulated again, and then you will feel that your practice has a fulfillment. Lie down completely. Lie down completely. Let your feet rest sideways. Yes, Nirmala, you can record it. Let your feet rest sideways. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. I'm going to mention each part of your body. As I mention each part of your body, visualize that the particular part of the body is relaxing. Relax your toes, your ankle. Relax your toes, your ankle. Relax your feet, your shin, your calf. Relax your feet, your shin, your calf. Breathing in, breathing out. Place your hands at the side of your body. Do not close your armpit. Make sure the armpit is open. Hands must be straight. Should not be above the shoulder. Hands should not be placed above the shoulder. Keep it straight sideways. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Relax your chest. Relax the back of your neck. Relax your abdomen. Relax your entire facial muscle. Relax your entire facial muscle. Relax your entire facial muscle. Breathing in, breathing out. In, out. In, out. Relax the corner of your lips. Relax your eyelids. Relax the space in between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead. Relax your head. Your entire body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, is now completely relaxed. Your entire body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, is now completely relaxed. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing. Slowly come back to yourself. Move your hands, move your legs. Move your hands, move your legs. Turn to your left, use your right hand to come up to a seated position. Sit comfortably, facing me. Tie your hair, very important. And bring your palms together, rub it in until there is heat. And then place it on your eyes, your face, your shoulders, your entire body. Once again, on your eyes, your face, your shoulders, your entire body. Now, I will tell you a small story, as usual. Once again, this is a story that happened in a village. I like village stories. There is two boys. Two boys. One of them who was wealthy and another who was a bit poor. ஒரு பணக்கார வீட்டு பையனும் ஒரு ஏழை வீட்டு பையனும். இங்க ரெண்டு பேர் வந்துட்டு one day they went to the river side. River side வந்துட்டு போறாங்க. These two boys went to the river side. When they went and played around the river side, and they played around the river side, இந்த ரெண்டு பையன்களும் வந்துட்டு அந்த ஆத்தோரமா வந்து விளையாண்டுகிட்டு இருக்காங்க. And they were playing around the river side. Suddenly, they saw a very poor man was walking to the river. ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுற ஒருத்தர் வந்துட்டு அந்த ரிவர் பக்கம் வந்துட்டு நடந்து வந்துகிட்டு இருக்காரு. And then these boys thought, okay, and then the richer boy, the boy who is rich, told the poor boy. Then he told, I feel very bored. What should we do? We should, looks like this old man is going for a swim. So what we can do is, we will hide his slipper. We will hide his slipper. அவரோட செருப்பு எடுத்து வந்து நம்ம ஒளி வச்சிருவோம். அதை ஒளி வச்சுட்டா அவர் வந்து கஷ்டப்பட்டு தேடுவாரு. அது தேடும் போது நம்மளுக்கு பார்க்க வந்து சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். If we hide his slipper, he will be searching for it after he has taken his bath, and then looking at that, we can be happy. We can be amused. We will feel happy about it. The guy, the rich guy, the rich boy told the poor boy. And then this poor boy, by that time, the old man has already gone into the river to take bath. And then this guy who was hiding in the tree, and then this poor boy was telling the rich boy, the poor boy was telling the rich boy, let us not take his slipper, because you are a rich boy, you are a rich person, you can buy another slipper, but for a person like him who is very poor, he will not be able to purchase another slipper, so he will feel very disheartened. நம்ம அந்த ஸ்லிப்பர் எடுக்க வேணா, அந்த செருப்பு எடுத்தோமா அவர் மனசு வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படும். அவர் வந்து அவர் வந்துட்டு நிறைய பணம் இருக்காது, இன்னொரு செருப்பு வந்து வாங்குறதுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுவாரு. So I will give you another suggestion. I'll give you another suggestion. What we can do is, you have a bit of money, you just place 1 ringgit on top of his slipper. You just place 1 ringgit on top of slipper and see what happens. அவர் செருப்பு மேல வந்துட்டு ஒரு வழி வச்சுட்டு நீ வந்துரு, நம்ம மரத்துக்கு பின்னாடில இருந்து பார்ப்போம் என்ன நடக்குது அப்படின்றது பார்ப்போம் அப்படின்னு. அப்ப this rich boy also thought, okay, never mind, I will just go and place the 1 ringgit there. So he placed the 1 ringgit, and then both of them were hiding behind a tree and then looking at the actions of the man. So the man took bath and then he came out of the river, and then he saw on top of his slipper there is 1 ringgit. He immediately felt very happy. So what he did was, he immediately prayed to the God, prayed to the Lord, say, those who have placed this 1 ringgit over here, I bless him with all my heart. I hope he is always happy and healthy. அவர் வந்து நான் வாழ்த்துறேன், யார் இந்த காசு வச்சாங்களோ இறைவா, அவங்களுக்கு எப்பவுமே நல்ல சந்தோஷத்தையும் ஆரோக்கியத்தை வந்து கொடு அப்படின்னு வந்துட்டு the old man prayed. This poor boy and the rich boy, immediately the poor boy told the rich boy, if we have done something like taking his slipper and then hiding it away, what would have happened is, he would have felt disheartened, and we would have felt happy, but we would have gained a sin. நம்ம வந்து ஒரு பெரிய பாவம் பண்ணிருப்போம், அவரு வந்துட்டு துக்கப்பட்டிருப்பாரு, ஆனா நாம வந்து சந்தோஷப்பட்டிருப்போம். But just by placing 1 ringgit over there, what has happened is, he has become very happy and blessed us, and at the same time we also have become very happy by receiving the blessing and seeing the happiness of another person. மற்றவங்களோட சந்தோஷத்தை பார்த்து நமக்கு வந்துட்டு மகிழ்ச்சியா இருந்துச்சு. This story will teach us two things in our life. This story will teach us two things in our life. Never ever, in any situation, at any point of life, do not make a joke that will hurt another person. Do not try to amuse yourself by making a joke about someone's color or someone's height or someone's size or someone's creed or someone's race. Do not make a joke out of that. A joke that is belittling or reducing the character or insulting the character of another person is not a joke. It does not qualify to be a joke. A joke must always amuse another person as well as yourself. If both the persons are happy, then it is called as a joke. If you do something that you think it is funny, but the other person does not find it funny, that means you have not done a joke. You have simply insulted someone, which most of us, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly, we insult someone, but deep inside their heart, they feel it. Sometimes we say, you eat a lot. நீ ஒரு தீனி பண்ணாரோ, நீ சாப்பிட்டுக்கிட்டே தான் இருக்க, இதான் உனக்கு வேலை, நீ சைஸு இந்த சைஸு, நீ யுவர் மாய எலும்பு, நீ ஒன்றும் சாப்பிடாம அப்படிதான் கிடக்குற இப்படி. We insult another person. They might find it, they might laugh in front of you, but deep inside their heart, they feel it actually. Most of us have gone through in our life, isn't it? So we don't want that any person to make a joke out of ourselves. So never make a joke out of someone's vulnerabilities. மற்றவங்களோட தாழ்த்தி மட்டும் என்னைக்கும் ஒரு ஜோக் செய்யாதீங்க, அது ஜோக்கா குவாலிஃபை பண்ணாது. Second, when we take another person's belonging, we accumulate sin. When we take another belonging sin, we accumulate sin because we are not only taking another person's items or belongings, but we are also taking away their happiness. But when we share the little that we have with whatever little that we have, when we share with others, others will feel happy and bless you with all their heart. நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கிற கொஞ்சமான விஷயம் கூட நம்ம வந்துட்டு ஏதாவது நம்ம ஷேர் பண்ணோம் நினைச்சமாவே வந்துட்டு மற்றவங்க சந்தோஷம் மட்டும் பட மாட்டாங்க, மற்றவங்க நம்மளை வாழ்த்தி நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு எப்பவுமே வந்துட்டு சொல்லுவாங்க. During this MCO period, there are lots and lots of family that are suffering without food, this is food, I'm talking basic necessary item. Without food, a lot of people are actually suffering. All of us can do a part in this. All of us can do a part of this. Whatever little that we have, that we can contribute to the well-being of others, we must do. When you do this, maybe you don't know the person whom you have contributed to, but the person will actually pray at his home. Those who have donated this money so that I can eat today, I bless him with all my heart. That prayers will definitely come back onto your life. மற்றவங்களுக்கு நம்ம வந்துட்டு இருக்கிற கொஞ்சம் விஷயத்த வந்து மற்றவங்கள்ட்ட நம்ம ஷேர் பண்ணும் போது அவங்களோட வாழ்த்தும் அவங்களோட ஆசீர்வாதமும் கண்டிப்பா நம்ம வாழ்க்கைக்கு வந்து சொன்ன, ஈவன் தோ நமக்கு வந்துட்டு அவங்க யாருன்னு கூட தெரியலனா கூட. So whatever little that we have, we share to others so that others live as happily as us. With that, I conclude the class today. I wish all of you great health, prosperity and wellness always. I hope that the Lord will always bless you and your family and protect you and your family with the best of health and happiness. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed. வாழ்க வளமுடன், வாழ்க வளர்க. See you all next week. நமஸ்காரம். வணக்கம். See you all. Take care of yourself. See you all. I'm staying like this because some may want to take picture. So I'm saying posingly irukka nanu. Nandri. Okay, I wish all of you great happiness always. Thank you Nandini, thank you. Take care of yourself. Thank you everyone. So many thank yous. Thank you dear. Thank you dear one. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you Sangari. Wait on. Stay blessed. Thank you Nada. Thank you. Thank you Magesh. Thank you Parameswari. Thank you. Take care of yourself. See you all. All government. See you all.